Hello and welcome. My name is Robin and you're watching a Robin Reads. Today I want to talk about a project I'm going to do. And the project is an Unhaul Project. I'm going to try and read a lot of books so I can unhaul them basically. I have about 30 books that I'm going to unhaul immediately, and I also want to talk about the books. Just show you the books that I'm going to read in a couple of months. I'm going to do this. I hope to do this in just this year, because my education is going to I'm going to finish my education like in a year, and I'm probably going to move out of my parents' house by then. So I don't want to bring all the like 400 books I have with me. So I'm just going to try and read a lot of them so I can just get rid of them probably, because most of them are secondhand, and secondhand books aren't that nice looking to me. So most of the time I just want to buy a new book, and so I'm just gonna get rid of the books. So first I'm going to start with the books I'm going to unhaul immediately. So a lot of them are Dutch books, so I'm just gonna quickly tell you why I'm going to unhaul them, because they're Dutch books, so you don't really need to know anything about them. But the first one is this one. Boudewijn Buug is a very famous author in the Netherlands, and this one I just picked up randomly, and it's called Eenzaam, aka Lonely. And apparently this is a series. I did some research on all of these books, and this is a series. And it's a series of 4 books, and this is the second one. And I'm just not going to buy the rest of the books, and therefore I don't see any use for keeping this one. And my library actually has all the 4 books, so I'm just gonna pick them up at the library if I want to read them. Then the next book is this one, Liefde en Schaduw by Isabel Allende. So Love and Shadow or something. And this one, I really hate this edition. This was like a free copy I got from my library sometime, and I really don't like it. And also my library has this book, so I was like, I'm just gonna get rid of it. Same thing with this one. My library also has it, and I'm not really interested in it, so I'm not going to keep it. Same thing for this one, and this one. And this one I'm going to get rid of because I'm really not interested in it. It's a non-fiction book about 21 novels that were very important or something. And I'm not going to see me reading this very soon. And it just didn't really sounded interesting. So I'm just going to get rid of this one. Another one that my library has, and this copy is just ugly, so this one. And this one is Morton by Anna Lavender, and this one is also part of a series, and again my library has that whole series, so I'm just not going to keep this one. This one is a book that I got from my job. I worked at the cinema, and this guy did like a talk there. And I'm just not really interested in this. So I'm gonna get rid of it. The next one is this one, I, Robot by Isaac Asimov. And again my library has all of his books in like a bind up, so I was like, I'm just gonna read that one. This one was also a free copy. I don't really like this author, so gonna get rid of it. This one I tried to read, I think 2 times or something, and again I tried like a couple of pages of it just to get the feel of it, and I really don't like it. It's very old Dutch literature, and just not gonna read this one. Then the next one I actually DNF'd it yesterday. I just didn't really like it. It's The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho. And I didn't really enjoy this book, and I was like, I have a lot of other books by him, and they are English, and maybe just the Dutch wasn't the best for me or something. I have that sometimes with books that I don't really like them because they're in Dutch. So yeah, that was this case. This one I DNF'd and I kept because I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna try it again, but I'm not going to try it again. I'm just like, why would I do that? So, gonna get rid of that one. And then this one was also a free copy again, and yeah, it's about food, and I'm just not really interested. Then the last of the Dutch books. The first one is this one. This is The Firm by John Grisham, but then the Dutch version. And again, as I said, I don't really like reading Dutch at the moment. So yeah, especially like thrillers and such, I don't really want to read them in Dutch. This one as well. I got these for free, so I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna get rid of them. My library again has a lot of English books by this author, so I'm just gonna get rid of these. Then another Dutch book is this one. This one is also a series. This is the first in the series, but again, my library has them, and it has a very ugly ink thingy here, so I'm definitely not going to keep it because of that. So yeah, therefore I'm just gonna get rid of it. This book I just lost interest. It's about literature, it's a non-fiction kind of book, and I just, again browsed through it a bit, and I was like, I'm just not really interested. This one as well, I have heard a lot about this book, but I don't think it's really something for me. Some authors in the Netherlands just aren't for me, and probably this one is also. And this one also, my library has it, so why not get rid of it then. This book I recently read, and you saw this one in my January wrap-up. But I really don't like this edition. I just want to buy a new one. And then the last Dutch book that I'm going to get rid of is this one. This is the biography of J.K. Rowling. And as you know, J.K. Rowling is just, really not doing well in my opinion, and she's just really annoying. So therefore I just don't really want to support her, and I don't really care about her life. Therefore, so I'm just gonna get rid of this one. Then some English books I'm going to get rid of. The first one is Atonement by Ian McEwan. I recently saw this movie, and the movie was like 3 stars for me. So I was like, why would I read this long of a book when the movie was 3 stars? The story didn't really interest me, so I'm just gonna get rid of this one. And then 2 books. These ones, The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes and The Hound of the Baskervilles. I don't really like these editions, and these books are for free on the internet, so I just got the whole collection of his books. So it's like, I'm not gonna keep these because I can just read it on my e-reader. And I again don't like these editions. I probably will just buy the complete works when I like the books. So that were those. Then a book I also mentioned in my February wrap-up, and that is this one, Macbeth. I didn't really like it. I said I was going to reread it, but am I? I don't know. So I'm just gonna get rid of this. Then a book that I haven't read is this one, History of a Pleasure Seeker by Richard Mason. I got this on a whim in some secondhand shop, and that was a couple of years ago, probably like 5 years ago. I haven't picked this up yet. I read the synopsis and I was like, this isn't really interesting, so I'm just gonna get rid of that one. Same with this one, The Choir by Joanne Trollope. I read the synopsis again, wasn't really interested, so just gonna get rid of that one. Then my copy of Live and Let Die by Ian Fleming, a James Bond book. Again, my library has these, and yeah, this copy is just really ugly, so I'm just not gonna keep it. And then a book I also just got on a whim, and I don't know anything about it, is Preparation for the Next Life by Atticus Litch. And this book really didn't sound interesting, so I'm just gonna get rid of it. Same thing with this one, The Crossing by Andrew Miller. Really didn't sound interesting, and I have too many books on my TBR that I want to read, so I'm just not gonna put myself through this. And then a book I tried, I had on my TBR like 3 times. I tried to read it, I think, 1 time. Yeah, again, it didn't really sound interesting. I don't want to put myself through this, so I'm just gonna get rid of it. Then I want to show you the books I'm going to do my Unhaul Project for. The Dutch books I'm not going to show because, yeah, I don't think you are very interested in those. If you are, I have my Unhaul Project shelf linked down below in the description. But yeah, just let me show you the books I have on a separate shelf for my Unhaul Project. So these are all the books I want to read for my Unhaul Project. As you saw in my book haul, these are all the Agatha Christie books. I just put them there because I didn't have room anywhere else. And so they're there, but not part of my Unhaul Project, but the rest of these books are. As you can see, I've put all of Maeve Binchy books over here, Jill Mansell, a couple of Maeve Binchys again, because I have had them for years and haven't read them, and it is a priority of mine to read them this year, so therefore I put them here. So as you can see, I also put a Paulo Coelho book on there. This book is extremely loud and incredibly close. I have this one also on my TBR for years. I've put it on my TBR a couple of times, and I just want to read it because I really like the movie, so I just want to read that book. Then going over here, this book I'm not sure if I'm interested in, so I just put it on here just to try. 1984, again, I put on a lot of TBRs and I haven't read it yet, and I really need to, so I put it on here as well. Othello by Shakespeare. Again, I'm not sure if I'm a Shakespeare fan, but I'm just gonna try. This one I also have put on my TBR for a lot of times, and that is Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. And yeah, I'm really interested in the story, so I don't know why I picked it up. Haven't picked it up yet, but yeah. And these are my Blackbirds edition that I talked about in my 2020 reading plans. Just like the books over here. These are also a priority of mine, and these are a couple of them that I have, and I'm gonna, yeah, prioritize these. So Welcome to the Real World, If Beale Street Could Talk, The Loved One, The Life and Loves of a She-Devil, Call, The Salmon Garden, and One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. And this book I have also tried to read like 2 times probably. I have gotten like 100 pages in, I think. And yeah, I actually really liked it, but it's, yeah, pretty tough going, so therefore I'm just gonna put it on here and read it or get rid of it. So down here, this one, Robinson Crusoe, I also put on a couple of TBRs. I just want to read it or get rid of it. The Mosquito Coast, Midnight Children, I also tried to read. It was very tough, and therefore I just put it on here to read it. The Storyteller actually sounded pretty interesting, so I'm very interested to read it. I think I put this one on a TBR for this month. A couple of these actually. Also 1984, I think. Just to read these and get rid of them if I've read them. A Widow for 1 Year by John Irving. I really want to read some John Irving because I've heard he's a very great author. And yeah, this one has been here also for like 5 years. And then Till We Meet Again by Leslie Pierce. It's also a book that has been here for a very long time, and I just want to read it. The Girl Who Saved the King of Sweden by Jonas Jonasson. this book, yeah, I liked The 100-Year-Old Man Who Climbed Out of the Window and Disappeared. Gee, what a long title. But yeah, I liked that one a lot. And yeah, I just really want to read this one because I have also another one of his on my shelf. So just want to read more by some authors. The Kite Runner by Khaled Hosseini, also one that has been here for, yeah, ages, and I just need to read it. So yeah, those are all the books that are on my Unhaul project. Let me know if you've read one of these, and yeah, maybe I'm going to get to them quicker than when you have yeah, just recommend it to me. So yeah, let me know. So those are all the books that I have on my Unhaul project. So how I'm going to do this is, yeah, just prioritize these books. As I mentioned, that I have swapped around some books in my TBR for this month, so I can get to the books I just mentioned. I'm also just doing like a sort of readathon for myself. On Friday night, I always read quite a lot, and it's a night that I'm always free. So I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna make it a readathon for myself and do an on-haul kind of readathon. So I already started this on last Friday. And yeah, a couple of Dutch books I have are pretty small, as like maybe 100 pages. So I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna read those on Friday and also just read other books that are just really a priority. So therefore I think I can get to these all pretty quickly. And yeah, I'm just really looking forward to get rid of all these books, because as you saw in my bookshelf tour, I had just so many books, and yeah, it doesn't really feel right anymore to have those. So yeah, I hope this is going to work out. Let me know down in the comments if you have done one of these before, if you have tips for me, if you think one of these books I just have to read or have to read ASAP, just let me know. But yeah, I hope you liked this video. Please give it a thumbs up, comment and subscribe, and I will see you later.